So we were looking at a different number of aspects, from spirituality concepts, thank you Sadhguru, to the mind, brain, and relationship subject matter with Daniel Siegel in interpersonal neurobiology, and how the integrated brain is the optimized version of a human being's utilization of their brain. So yoga helps people because it gives you ventral vagal nervous system toning exercises and the ability to start feeling safe within your body because you're busy doing yoga. So those sensations, and anybody who has unresolved trauma and or attachment wounds begins to get familiar and feel good. And when you're in mindfulness and or meditation, you using your brain to visualize, imagination is your neuroplastic agent. And learning how to start to harness that is another bonus. However, when the 3-year-old sensations come up, 2, 3, 4, if you can't hold compassion for yourself, and that's the equation of why it's not enough to just do yoga or know of spirituality and the ancients and stories. Same way thing goes with those who use rudimentary logic. There's a buttload of them because they're projecting their idealized parent or parents, who they want to be seen by, how they want to be seen, their group mentality. Yes, it has a bunch of ways it works, but the point here is that you can own your brain and work with your mind, and in fact work with your relationships, because you have your own 3-year-old. It's very straightforward. If you cared to become a person who is emotionally mature and mentally mature, and so to use your logic in a refined way. Refined means that you know, as you contemplate, that I'm contemplating too, and I and you can exchange thoughts and they won't be the same. And then we can put our personal, let's see, for me, stuff isn't really personal. The 3-year-old comes up with the actual household where I was 3 years of age. So it's implicit memory. Reactive is snap and done. So when you have no trauma, it's because you've processed emotions very easily. And that's what a 3-year-old with a whole heart has. The self-agency part is very important to note. So those 3 drivers, self-agency, bonding, certainty, are what? With the attachment category that you would have. So I'm securely attached plus a dominant self-agency driver, which means if I'm going to do something well, it's not because I get the thumbs up from my mom. No, it's my thumbs up that matters. And this is why the social system doesn't synchronize mine with my peers, in fact, as a teenager. When you know your story and how you've navigated holding your heart body, your value body, your physical energy and mental body, you know who you are. And you can present yourself with equanimity, which does look to those who want to use their sympathetic as neutrality. They don't like when people are equanimous in any of the subject matters that they take personally and that they use their charge state, their 3-year-old plus their teenage charge state, not to mention their unfinished business from their potential attachment wounds, childhood trauma, and the first 18 months of life again. So if I'm seeing a person in any way, shape, or form with whatever equation, because there's so many different ways the bad therapist people talk about the equations of those who get diagnoses, and I said bad because if you're a good therapist person, then you're updating your curriculum with the updated trauma-informed research, with the updated neurobiology, with the updated neuroscience, with the updated somatics, with the updated where you know you don't know everything about your subject matter, because it's going to consistently in time get new information. That's scientific methodology. That's refined logic. It's you're consistently aware that I too will continue to learn things. What I know is not a subject matter that builds data, is devil, evil, demon, and any of the other entities, angels too, that are in the sphere of consciousness. 4D collective follows people like Abraham Hicks, I believe. I love all of my 4D collective. They help me to know words that otherwise I would not know. And when I heard Abraham Hicks talk about the dimension of angels and esoteric people, it's a dimension. So when I see individuals in the world using the word and then complaining or talking about it in a way, the mystics, again, 4D, oh, energy vampires, cutting cords, again, dark aura, all this stuff, they're actually making judgment upon people who need good mental health. This is the part that they apparently have not figured out somehow. You'd think that they'd know since they're mystics, right? No, they don't care to find out that they're a human baby first. They're using only information from the sources that they've given predominant importance to. I'm a person, my first interest is to make sure I know how I'm functioning and how I'm coming to you. But then again, that's, again, refined logic, not one that is trying to prove. Because see, the adaptive child tries to prove themselves. They still haven't been seen by mommy, daddy, mommy, daddy, daddy. So that's why they have silverbacks. That's why they have the leader. That's why they become devotees. And then you can just, all you have to do is see who's leading, and then you find the little followers, and this is a little trail, and they all have the same energy. What you find with a 5D community are people who are bringing the world together. That's why we love all people. We don't pick a side. We are all inclusive, not because of Sadhguru, even though it's lovely to have Sadhguru talking about it. You know how many 4D quote him, and they're not all inclusive? You should have seen them during the years as they insulted systems with the conspiracies. I can use the word, yes, insulted. Can I also know that they don't trust? Yes, that's normal. How many live in their mind with this not trust? Because see, to me, when you're living in your mind, you're ruminating and you're not using the 24 hours you have to use your hands and to go out and do stuff in the world. When it comes to systems, I'm a political science major. The system is made for the people, by the people. And I come from a specific part of the world. So of course, I'm from one culture. We know that actually I'm bicultural. I'm an American Italian. I know where I come from and I know where I speak. I'm a woman and I am a she, and I'm 4'9" and I'm an age. So if we're actually using refined logic, we will know I'm having a subjective experience. The people who don't seem to understand when there's exchanges like this are the adaptive children, who in fact project superiority or martyrdom. Let me change the world and make it a better place, or let me blame myself or others. They're taking care. This is codependent type behavior, and that's all with low self-esteem, indirect communication, passive aggressive. They don't know healthy boundaries, because healthy boundaries are communication. It's not let me cancel you, let me yell at you, let me create a group. When you refine your logic, if you want to refine your logic when it comes to people, I haven't seen people refine. If they had refined it so much, they'd know that we're all naturally loving. Sadhguru points out again, and they'd know why. But here's where some subject matter experts in the very field of the lovely, again, therapy community, mental health, will say, well, polyvagal theory isn't proven yet. No, it's not. However, has anybody noticed how it supports people? There's all the studies. So in our last 2 minutes, I had actually an experience. It's a funny one that my listeners know about. Okay, before we end, people who are grown-ups know how to have conversations pretty much about anything in equanimity, because we're not taking it personal. You have opinions, I have opinions. You have a life, I have a life, period. And if you can't do that, then don't do it. If you're unsympathetic, you're hurting your body. And there's actually a way for you not to do any of it. And it's called growing up. Emotionally, mentally is going to follow, because it's your 3-year-old here. And you choose how to address me. And I choose how to address you the minute that we begin to have a disagreement. When I was a teenager and I began understanding the right silence, because I was in conversations to enjoy it, not to prove, because I don't have anything to prove. The people who need to prove, adaptive children, where are they? Let's see, before we move to the story. They are busy not repairing or harmonizing. Nope, they're busy trying to prove they're right. Then they're busy controlling the situation, making it all about themselves. And then once you say, no, I don't agree, they're going to be like, because you didn't pick their side. Let me hurt you now. And then they withdraw. And that's it. And you're done. There's your cancel culture. So in this story, which I only have 30 seconds left, this person who I thought was interested in what they did basically heard everything I was learning and said, I have a million ways or some absurd number to contest you. And I was like, wow. In my head, I'm like, now I want to know all of them, but I don't have time. So can you inform me of what you would do? Completely not caring about people, because what they would do would put a person into a torture situation emotionally. So if you care about people, that means you keep learning stuff. So tune in for more.